Fantastic acts for you in this half, okay? And I think you guys are warm, you guys are receptive, you guys are beautiful. I think we are ready to bring the first of these brilliant young people to the stage. So, are you ready to start your clapping for the first act of the second half? Excellent! Bring it up! Bring it up! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Jack Bartlett, everyone! We're down!
Are we well? For the gig today, I saw a sign that said Portsmouth, twinned with Cairn. Now I've been to Cairn, and all that's there is drug dealers, graffiti, and horseshit. So they've really nailed it. I saw my dream home in the estate agent's windows, and they told me it would cost me an arm and a leg to buy. But luckily, I live next to a graveyard. Countries are beginning to advertise themselves nowadays, which really annoys me, because they're very rarely true. They're always like, come to Scotland, where the views are great, and the people are friendly. When really it should be, come to Scotland, where the kebab shops are many, and the teeth are few. My dad's great at hide and seek. We've been playing since I was 8, and I still haven't found him. He does like to offer me clues though. Every year I get a sunny postcard from him that just says, getting warmer. Growing up, me and my brothers liked to call my dad Vader, because he was black and got asthma. No, I joke, he's actually a white Welsh guy with asthma, but there's something funny about that. It just sounds like someone's gotten rather overexcited with a sheep. I think it's quite... I think... You just put... Why are you covering your mouth? Is it because you snort when you laugh? But I heard that earlier, I thought David Cameron would be around here soon, so... I think it's quite natural for men to compare themselves against their fathers. And looking at mine, we've actually got very little in common. Like I work in an office, he works as a lorry driver. I like snooker, he likes Formula 1. I've got a couple extra inches, he's got a tiny cock. And you just have some helium, is it? He absolutely hates cold callers, so whenever he gets one, he likes to make them think they've called a wrong number. So, whenever he hears, hello, my name is Liz, and according to our database, you're owed some compensation. He goes, circumcisions are us, you flop and we chop 'em. Every year... Sorry, just you're right in the eye. Every year, for his birthday, my granddad always goes, oh, don't worry about buying for me. I'm probably going to die this year anyway. And he never does. And he always looks so disappointed. So this year I bought my one-way ticket to Switzerland. My friends were always jealous of me because I was able to hit A minor with my flute. But, in my defence, he did call me a fat twat. You got there in the end. I met my current missus at work, where all of our colleagues saw us blossom from friends into lovers. Which apparently they didn't need to see at 10 in the morning. She absolutely loves it when I speak in a foreign language, even if she can't understand it. So one day I said to her, je laissé un caca dans les toilettes. She went, oh, that's so romantic. It's funny, because it actually means I left the poo in the toilet. Does anyone else remember that scheme, Eat Out to Help Out? Yeah? I did that loads with my missus, and she still refuses to cook my dinner. Fanny eating joke. You love it, don't you? Yeah. It's a scheme I imagine you do quite good. Sod. Oh, it's smelly. So I've recently become a father, and people can give me advice on becoming a father. And one piece of advice I've been given is to always follow your gut, because it's often right. So when my daughter was having a 2-hour meltdown, I followed my gut and fucked off to McDonald's. Another piece of advice I've been given is to try different type of nappy brands to see which ones you get on with. So naturally I've tried Pampers, I've tried Huggies, I've tried Lidl's own brand, all of which I found useless. None of them fit me. I've actually found out that when nappies get too full, they burst and these like little crystals go everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. My daughter's had a vajazzle for weeks. Looking back at the whole baby process, I think the bit I struggled with most was the childbirth. Because it was wonderful, yet scary. Wonderful, because I got to see my daughter being born, but scary, because no one told me she would come out purple. So, when my daughter was born, my first thought wasn't, "Ah, isn't she beautiful?" It was, "Fuck, my partner's had an affair with Barney the dinosaur." And seeing my partner in pain was quite an awkward experience for me. And when I'm in awkward situations, I like to make jokes to alleviate the tension. My problem is the timings of these jokes. Like when my partner has to be induced to go into labour. And when they do this, they use a large metal hook to pop the embryonic sac. So, when the nurse put the hook up there, I couldn't help myself but go, "If you hook a duck, it's a prize every time!" Or when she had her dilation measured and the nurse stuck her fingers up there. "If you find the G-spot, mark it with an X." Anyway. When my daughter was born, I promised myself I wouldn't become a deadbeat dad. You know, a deadbeat dad who contributes very little to their children and has nothing to do with them. Instead, I'll be a semi-deadbeat dad. Well, I'll do everything a normal deadbeat dad does, but with a semi. I do have some parenting experience though, as I'm actually a stepdad to 2 teenagers, which has opened me up to new experiences. Like going to get breasts measured. And when I go, it's usually me and a bunch of mums and their daughters. And it's so awkward, because all they do is look and stare. But I've got to say, I'm glad I've done it though. As I've now got confirmation I'm a 32 double D. I think discipline is quite important to a child's life, so gives you respect as a child. No one was spanked as a child. Fair enough. Well, personally, yeah, you're very keen with that one. Oh, me, me, and I still like it now. But personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, just as long as you remember to stop as soon as the child goes, "Harder, Daddy." Too far. I've recently been to America and discovered that after every meal that you have, you're meant to give your waitress a tip. But when I tried, they asked me to put it back in my trousers. The other day, I saw this man out having brunch with a colostomy bag. And I thought, that brings a whole new meaning to the term bottomless. There it is! Where's David Cameron? Sorry, one laugh is like an live action version of this in the Peppa Pig movie, so... I've been to Blackpool, and the thing that annoyed me the most wasn't the arcades, it wasn't the donkeys. In fact, I was told off for having a wank at the pleasure beach. I've been banned from my local leisure centre because they received numerous complaints about my swimming technique. I just thought rubbing your nipples is what you did for breaststroke. And I'll leave you on this one. I find it weird how you can do certain things at some ages, but not at others. Like if a 4-year-old runs around at the beach in just their knickers, no one bats an eyelid. But when I do it, I get asked where I got 4-year-old's knickers from. I've been Jack Bartlett, thank you for your time.